What's up guys, class is in session, and today I've got another profile for you. Today I'm showing off my yellow Gotenks list that actually took me to a second place finish at locals a couple weeks ago, and so I thought I'd share it here on the channel. So if you don't know what the leader does, auto, when this card attacks, add up to one card from your life to your hand, then draw one card. That is very important because that means we don't have to take life if we don't have to. You're usually not going to, but in those awkward scenarios where you need to, you do have that option. And then auto, once per turn, if your opponent has one or more energy, so always, when they use an extra card, you draw one card. That's very good. That provides a built-in draw mechanic in the deck, and just that allows you to keep up card advantage. And then awaken, when your life is at 4 or less, you may untap 2 energy and flip this card over. So this leader really reminds me of the Broly leader on the front side, and then on the back side, when this card attacks, draw one card, so still drawing on the back side. And then auto, when your opponent activates an extra card, draw one card and switch one of their cards to rest mode. So it gives you just a little bit more of a bump in the sense that you get to rest one of their cards, but you're still drawing that card with that effect. And then auto, when you activate Union Fusion skill, this card gains plus 5k in critical for the turn. That's really important for going for game. There's only one fusion in the deck, so you're really only going to get that off once a game. But when you do get it off, it becomes very, very important to the strategy with another card in the deck that we play. So let's set that off to the side for now and hop right into it. So to start this off, we've got our Unison lineup. We play 3 of the SS Dynamic Unison. This card is really good if you have to tap out for it turn 2, which we usually don't like to. And it has the added benefit of gaining markers when your opponent activates an extra card. It really helps cycle your hand and gives you that extra draw power that you really, really need sometimes. And to go with that, we play 2 Mechikabura. This is just really good for stealing things. It's also really good. You're looking for a turn 4 Awaken, so if you don't have a Unison yet, you can play this on turn 4, Awaken, and still have 2 energy back up. But it's just mainly there for stealing things. I've stolen Celzinos, Gogetas, Brolys, Gotenkses, just everything under the sun I've taken from people. So that's the Unisons. Now we do run blue-yellow in the deck, so this is the blue-yellow package. We run 4 Beerus, just your typical check land, just auto charge most of the time. 3 Goku Black. Most people don't run this deck just because it gets hit by counterplays, but it feels really bad to hit a 2-drop with a counterplay, so it's usually safe. And if it stays on the board, and if it sticks, then you get a 15k swing, you get an extra draw 2, and an untap 1. So it's really good. And it pairs really well with the Bardock Monkey, because if you play Goku Black on turn 2, and then you have a bean in your hand, you bean on your opponent's turn, and Bardock Monkey, so you're surviving 2-3 attacks almost, and now you have a 20k double striker on the board. So it's just really, really good for that. Now we've got our fusion package, so we've played 3 Trunks, 3 Goten, and 2 Gotenks. These ratios I've been tinkering around with. I really like the 3-3-2. These will probably go to 2, and then the Goten and Trunkses will probably go to 2 of these, and 1 of the new one out of the expansion pack once I get my hands on them. Just to switch it up a bit and see how I like it. So yeah, now we've got support. We've got our super combos. We play 2 Krillin and 2 Zamasu. Zamasu is just really good defensively, and Krillin's really good offensively, so it gives us that 2-2 split that we really like. And paired with our Zamasu, we play 2 Bojack. This play is really, really good for defense because it basically stops 3-4 attacks almost. So you Zamasu, Bojack, so that's resting 2 cards, and then they mill 1, and then you block a 3rd attack, so 3-4 attacks. We play 2 Basil. This is just really good for dealing with Unisons and early aggro, aggression, and just to push. So yeah. Then we've got counterplays. So we play 3 of the Vegeta counterplay. It comes down. It's really good defensively. It just comes down, stops an attack, and then is a 14k blocker on board that can defend your unison. So you really want this in your hand turn 3, turn 2, turn 3 if you have to play your unison on turn 2. Because then it's defenseless and it gets removed really easily. We also play 2 Champa. This card, if you're playing any type of yellow multicolor, this card needs to be in your deck at least 2. It's auto stops Celzino, it draws you a card, it rests big bombs, it gets around deflect and barrier, so nothing is pretty much safe from it. So it's just a really good card. Then we've got our one-ofs. We've got Great Apes on Goku. The only reason I play 1 is because I have 1. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't play it, and if I had more, I would probably play more. But it's just really, really good to have. I feel every deck pretty much should run 2 of it at least. But like I said, I only have 1. So, and then we've got the one of Champa. This card just comes down, especially on our leader's backside when we give it critical. You throw a Champa on that, that's swinging for 30k double strike crit, and that's really hard for your opponent to defend. So now we've got tech. I threw in 2 Master Roshi. It was 3 time magic or 2 time magic, but I felt like the time magics weren't cutting it. And this deck really lacks in draw power sometimes, depending on what's in your hand. So the Master Roshi gives you a negate, and it can stop an attack with its 5k combo power. So it's just really, really nice. So now extra cards. Obviously we're running blue, so we run 4 Bean. This card is essential. Lets you extend your plays, lets you play defense. It really helps against Obuni strategies and anything that wants to go wide. I can't tell you how many times it has just stopped my opponent's push, like at the moment it's played. So yeah, and then we play 2 Frost. This pairs with the Champa and the multicolor package. It's really, really good. Comes down. It's a 3-drop Frost Deadly Poison. Rest modes a card and draws you a card. And then if you're 3 or less life, it untaps you a card. So it's just a really, really, it does a lot of work for 3 energy, possibly 2. Then we play 2 United Symbol. This is really good if you don't have another turn 2 play. Comes down, can bring out your Basil, draw 2 cards. I feel like it's a cheap drive. It does require 2, so you can only play it in yellow, but it's still really good. We play 2 Nimbus. This is just really good for stopping wide aggro. If you see it, it plays really, really nicely in the deck because you can pitch a lot of things that come back from the drop. So yeah. Now we've got our bombs. Our secret rare for choice is Power Patara. We play a lot of blue-yellow in the deck, so this is just really, really good. It's just it works really well with the deck. It draws you 4 cards, rest modes 4 cards, and it shows game right off the bat. So, and then our overwhelms of choice, we play Secret Identity Mass Saiyan. This is good for clearing boards. And then we play 1 Fu, the Dark Banisher. This is good in the long game. I can't tell you how many times this card has actually won me games. It won me 2 or 3 matches a couple weekends ago. So it's just all around a good card. But now let's jump into the sideboard. So in the sideboard we run 2 Desperate Measures. This just gives you another counterplay to stop things like Topo, stop things like the 1-drop Broly, stops Gogeta, just does a lot of work for you. We run 2 Release from Evil. This never came in, most likely because I didn't see any Reboot Gohan. That's mainly what this is for, just stops their leader. It's an all-around good card in that matchup. This came in a lot against things like Gogeta, Dark Broly. It's just Gotenks. It just basically comes down, stops their big bomb, gives you another play. We play 3 Black Mass Saiyan. It's an auto in the side. Basically, you play it against anything that goes wide. It's an auto in Dark Broly, auto and Reboot, auto and Skillless. You're always gonna play this card. Then we play 2 Dark Kamehameha, Max Power Kamehameha. Basically, it's a negate that you can buy back from the drop, and then clear a big boy off the field after you're done with it. So that's why it is such a good card. We run one more Champa in the side, just for things like Gogeta, Broly, uh, Celzino, just things like that. It just comes in, puts in a lot of work. One of Cooler. This card was in the main board, but I switched it to the sideboard just because I didn't really play it that often. It really only comes in those really grindy matchups where it can change the entire tide of the game. But there's a lot of aggro in the format, so I felt like I wasn't getting there fast enough, and I was having to play faster. So this made the cut. This didn't make the cut in the main, but it did make the cut in the side because I think it's a really good card. The one more Secret Identity. It just comes in those short matchups. It replaces Fu. So it's there. Helps you out a lot. 25k swing, clears board, the whole shebang. Then another one for the really grindy matchups. We play Fu. This card should be banned or at least have the ultimate tag on it. Overwhelm 6 for 10 comes down. Overwhelm 10 for 6 comes down, stops your opponent's turn in their tracks, and then stops their next turn. So it just takes away all their defense and all their offense. So it is absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, so that's the deck, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment to see what other decks you'd like for us to profile. Hey, you guys stay positive, stay awesome, stay safe, and class is dismissed.